Academic and scholar Professor Ali Mazrui has been remembered at the United Nations as a Pan Africanist par excellence. The memorial to celebrate his life was held on what would have been Professor Mazrui's 82nd birthday after he passed away on October 21st last year before his body was repatriated to Kenya for burial. Speakers praised the late academic as a humanist, a passionate storyteller, and someone consumed by ideas and their power to change societies.
A celebration of his contribution to the United Nations, a place where he often shared his ideas, including as editor of UNESCO's General History of Africa.
Soft-spoken, sharp thinker, and bel esprit intellectual, it is no wonder that Professor Mazrui was a sought-after speaker within the UN system and academia. But as people who know him note, beyond the powerful intellectual force that Mazrui was, he was indeed a very great humanist.
Kenya's ambassador praised Mazrui for constructing new ideas about the continent in the face of resistance and conservatism.
Anything that's happened since the 19th century is a huge distortion of who Africans are and what our history truly is. A huge distortion. But that is the distortion that lies and that is residence in many of the minds of all of us and many of our young people. And yet it's a distortion. It's a caricature of who we are and what we are. It's a tragedy. And my hope and prayer is that in turning these books that Mazrui has left for us into materials of pedagogy for our children, we'll be able to reclaim our history. We'll be able to reclaim our culture, our literature, our poetry.
His wife of 23 years shared how her late husband almost followed a different path.
As a student in Oxford, during his undergraduate, he wanted to be a lawyer. And his advisor said, every lawyer is a politician and every politician is a lawyer. He said, you read history. He said, but I wanted to do law so that I can travel, work with the UN. Then his professor said, voila, that's why you should be a teacher, do history. That will expose you. And Africa was just getting his independence. So you will be the pioneers who will lead the continent. And lo and behold, that's what happened.
Speakers praised Mazrui for his penchant for change, as those gathered chanted his name in tribute.
Shervin
Bryceby's SABC News, New York.
Financing